What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, one game out of every single game that I could possibly think of that has always returned into my library, and I've been playing consistently across the board. Even when I went to PC, I sold my previous PC, I went back to console, and then I came back to PC afterwards. A game that has always lived on, and one of my favorite games to ever play, has always been Insurgency. Insurgency Sandstorm, and also the first Insurgency as well. Both games I've put so much time into, and so much love into this franchise, that I gotta say, at this point in time, it has to possibly be, in my personal opinion, of course, one of the best FPS games ever made. Now, of course, this is my personal preference. There's tons of people out there who will completely disagree with me, and that's perfectly fine, right? That's the best part about making these YouTube videos. That's the best part about having this channel, seeing everybody's different opinions and seeing what you guys have to say about it. But like I said, obviously, this is my video, so I'm going to give my personal opinion, and I want you guys to go down in the comment section and leave yours down below. But as I said previously, this game has always lived on in my heart no matter what. Even when I sold my PC, went back to console way back in the first Insurgency, and I came back to PC, throughout all the games that I wanted to go ahead and purchase and get live and back in action, because stupidly I sold my Steam account with my... we're not going to talk about the stupid decisions I made as a youngin', but when I went back to PC, one of the first things I wanted to go ahead and purchase up was Insurgency. This game always lives on to be probably one of the best experiences I could possibly get in FPS games. I always branch off and I, end up playing Call of Duty, or I end up playing Battlefield, and I really sink some time into it. I mean, I just become absolutely addicted. Every single time a new game comes out in one of those, aspects, I just sink way too much time into it. But over a certain amount of time, I'll start getting tired of COD, I'll start getting tired of Battlefield, I'll start having some more complaints, it doesn't really last on. But the game that is always so reliable no matter what, something that I can play every single week and it never gets boring, it never gets tiring, is, as you can see right in front of you, Insurgency. For me personally, Insurgency ticks off every single box that I want in an FPS game. I love everything across the board. I'm not really a guy who only wants to play COD or only wants to play Battlefield. I play literally everything and I love it all. Talking about Rainbow Six Siege, CSGO, Valorant. I even played a little bit of Overwatch. Didn't really care for it too much, but I still invested time and tried to get better at it. Call of Duty, Battlefield, milsims like Hell Let Loose and Squad. Across the board, I love first-person shooters. It's just something so addicting about them that just really makes me want to sink time into it. But what Insurgency Sandstorm does so freaking well is it basically is all of those games combined into one. Now, if you ask me, that's a pretty hard task to accomplish. Call of Duty tries to do it all the time. They try to mimic Battlefield moves. They try to mimic, Rainbow Six Siege moves. They always try to copy from every single franchise out there. In my personal opinion, usually it doesn't fit the game the best. Same thing with Battlefield. It's trying to take aspects from Call of Duty 24/7. And obviously, as you can see with Battlefield 2042, the Battlefield community does not take too kindly to the franchise trying to mimic different games. But for Insurgency Sandstorm, it's absolutely no problem. This game is literally a milsim, attack shooter, and a fast-paced arcadey Call of Duty shooter as well, combined all into one absolute amazing title. There are plenty of tactical moments where, just like in Rainbow Six Siege, you have to actually sit down and strategize and think about what you are about to do, because every single move that you make within this game will determine if you're going to stay alive or if you are going to absolutely get wrecked. There's still leaning in this game, so you can tactically move around corners and breach into buildings, and the way that you want to use your equipment between frags and flashes will always benefit you in some type of way when it comes to gunfights. And even though it still has so many different tactical ways of playing this game, it's still fast-paced and arcadey in every possible way that you could see. Even in this gameplay that you're watching right here, you can see I'm running and I'm gunning, I'm challenging a bunch of gunfights. I don't have to play like Rainbow Six Siege, where I do have to, sometimes hold an angle and wait for the enemy to actually push out to me so I have an upper hand advantage. There's none of that crap in this game. Will it help you in certain situations? Yes, but do you have to play that way? No. The game is very casual, it's very relaxing, skill-based matchmaking is toned extremely low, so if you're looking for a game to just kick back on and have a couple of laughs and play in an arcadey fashion, you can do so. And like I said, even though you can kick back and relax on this game, if you want to step it up a notch and actually think tactically and understand certain situations to make sure you can perform better, you can do that as well. Like I said, this game is literally the best of all worlds. And besides the tactical and arcadey gameplay aspects of this game, it resembles a milsim in so many different ways as well when it comes to the communication you need with your teammates, having a commander to actually be able to push an objective, not like you see here in Domination. Domination is a more dumbed down version of this game, like I said, if you're looking for a more casual, arcadey Call of Duty style game where you can just push and mindlessly make different moves, Domination is where you want to go. But in all the other game modes, you're going to have to actually strategize with your team in order to be successful in what you want to do. along with the extremely realistic gunfights, it just makes for an awesome atmosphere in this game. I mean, every single time you either shoot your weapon or engage in another gunfight and your vision becomes all blurry from the suppression and oh my god, the whole atmosphere of this game is just completely next level. And talking about the gunfights, that is another amazing thing about this. That's probably one of the main reasons why this game is the best of all worlds, because of the gunplay in general. I never played a game where they took the milsim or even, tac shooter gunplay where one shot to the dome is going to take out anybody in the match. And, if you want to put on extra body armor, you can soak up a couple of extra shots, but realistically, you're going to be dropping people like flies. I've never played anything with that much realism while still being able to maintain an arcadey flow. Every single game out there, it doesn't matter what game it is, but every game requires me to be in a specific mood in order to play, especially when it comes to FPS. To play a game like Call of Duty, I have to be in a more aggro, aggressive, fast-paced mood. To play something like Battlefield or a milsim or something of that sort, I need to be in a little bit more patient, a little bit more team-based mood, wanting to actually cooperate with other players, be a little bit more talkative, and, actually want to interact. To play things like tac shooters, again, I have to be in the mood to be just a little bit more slower, actually be willing to wait for enemies, have patience, communication. Every single game has a different vibe. This game right here, Insurgency Sandstorm, I don't have to be in any specific vibe in order to play it. I could be literally in the most aggro mood I could possibly ever feel. I could be the most laid back in the world, not wanting to move an inch and just having absolute patience. I could be very talkative and just want to, meet new friends. Whatever your mood is, this game will absolutely cater to it. And that, to me personally, is what really makes this game stand out from the rest of the crowd and makes it one of the best shooters to ever be made. Alongside with them never trend chasing and sticking to their roots, it's really respectable, especially coming from a hardcore fan of this franchise, to see and watch these developers for, all this time, all of these years of development between the first Insurgency and also Insurgency Sandstorm, only focus on what we love about the game. Every other franchise out there is trend chasing with battle royales, and now everybody's, leaking into extraction game modes, which isn't bad, it is what it is. But at a certain point, it starts to become too much, and the developers forget what their game is all about. Call of Duty, for example. Call of Duty has completely lost all touch with their core community because all they care about is battle royale now. Ever since Warzone completely blew up and is their main selling point, that's all the developers focus on. Everything that's introduced into multiplayer revolves around BR first. It has to work in BR, then they make it work in multiplayer. Multiplayer is second hand, and that sucks, especially coming from hardcore fans like us. It's not fun to see our games completely die because of a new trend that they're trying to chase. So to see Insurgency Sandstorm only focus on what makes their game great, it's just fantastic. And I know some people are going to say, well, how are they going to please new players if all they care about is their hardcore fans? Well, that's the whole point, to build the hardcore fan base, to turn new players into lovers of what this franchise is all about. That's how you get games like this to last so long. This game would not be here today if it didn't have a hardcore fan base backing it up. So with all honesty, no matter what happens, I feel like this game will always be in my library. I can promise this. It has lasted me for so long, and it never disappoints. Even with the first Insurgency, I forget Insurgency Sandstorm. Even if I want to go back to the main one, I don't even know if it's populated still, but I could easily go ahead and play the main Insurgency nonstop as well. Both games were absolutely fantastic. They bring forth vibes that I don't think many other games are able to obtain, while still keeping, a fast-paced, arcadey gameplay. And even if you do want to play more tactical and more thoughtful, you could do that as well. It doesn't matter what type of player you are. This game caters to every single possible playstyle out there, and I respect that because it means that everybody could possibly enjoy this game. All you have to do is just sit down and learn it. If you don't want to learn it, then yeah, you're not going to be able to play it the way that you want to play it. But if you are willing to learn new experiences, then you will absolutely enjoy what this game has to offer. And I will go ahead and say the console version isn't as amazing as the PC version. The PC version, in my personal opinion, is far superior when it comes to less bugs, less glitches, and just better performance. So just know that if you are a console player and you want to, go ahead and pick this game up, there might be a few problems here and there that will maybe make it a little frustrating to understand the game and get used to it. But trust me, they're still working on it. They're still updating it. They still care about this game. If you are on PC, this is a guaranteed pickup. If you don't have this on your PC already, then I don't know what you're doing. This game is phenomenal. And on console, I still think it's a worthy investment. I definitely think it's still a game that you could kick back on, and even if you don't want to play multiplayer, there's still co-op, and you can verse a bunch of, really hardcore AI. The game is phenomenal. There's so many things that you can go ahead and mess with in this title that I think it's amazing for both platforms. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for checking out this video. Like I always say, go down in the comment section and leave your opinions about this game below. Let me know what platform you're on so I can better understand what your opinions are. Because, you know, if you're going to say the game is booty cheeks, but I don't know if you're on PC or console, it's going to make it a little bit harder to understand why you think it's booty cheeks. So go down. Leave your opinions. Let me know what you think about this game. I'm going to have an absolute blast reading them, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this video as well. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like. Bums, I hate it. Leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new, enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, want to chat with me, there's two ways to do so. I have Twitter and Discord, build a link down in the description. And also, want to catch me live streams of video games, do over on Twitch. Link that is in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.